The Monty and the Pharaoh.
To the Monty and Pharaoh Show.
And you're watching the Monty and Pharaoh Show.
Monty and the Pharaoh. With Monty and the Pharaoh.
Monty and the Pharaoh.
It's Monty and the Pharaoh.
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 Monty and Pharaoh.
It's Monty and the Pharaoh.
And Monty and the Pharaoh. Oh, is it Monty and the Pharaoh?
Yeah.
Monty and Pharaoh.
The Monty and the Pharaoh Show.
Monty and the Pharaoh.
You've got the future Hall of Famer, that rocker, Marty Jannetty, MJ in the house, and I'm sitting here with two more future Hall of Famers, Monty and the Pharaoh. We're doing that stuff and we gonna rock it.
Not just dreaming it, we're doing it for it. Straight to the top. Working hard every day just to leave out that
tower. Alright, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. Monty and the Pharaoh, only seen here at a Village Connection Radio. From Huntington, Long Island, New York, live from Rockstar Studios. We've got a jam-packed room right now. At the desk is none other than Stephen Miller.
Hey-o!
Author of Good Lovin', My Life as a Rascal, the Gene Cornish story. And then over across here is none other than Wisteria's Hall, Bart Griggs, and JJ McGuire. JJ will be at the big event in Queens tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. signing his book, My Life in Heaven Town, autograph book, picture, and a handshake for the low price of $20. JJ, you want to tell the fans about your book a little bit?
Oh yeah, it's just I was with WWF, and WCW, myself and pal Jimmy Hart. We wrote over 114 of the biggest icon themes in the history of wrestling, and I'd like to thank all the fans and friends for helping us and supporting the great thing called wrestling.
And we thank you for supporting the Monty and the Pharaoh Show. You can also catch Monty and the Pharaoh on Channel 115 every Tuesday from 8:30 till 9 p.m. You get us on Monty and AndThePharaoh.com and also Monty the Pharaoh on YouTube. Once again, we appreciate everybody's support, but we are very excited to have none other than Buff Bagwell in the house. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, buddy.
Buff Daddy.
Buff Daddy.
Thank you for
What's
coming.
up? What's up? Thanks for having me, man.
So you enjoying that New York traffic, my friend?
Oh my God.
We had to pry him out of the car. It was like a...
Oh my God. I had to decompress when I first came in here. Atlanta, I thought was bad shit.
Yeah.
First of all, can I cuss?
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'll make it easier. Fuck shit.
Yeah,
bitch.
There you go. So, you've got to be fucking kidding me how y'all fucking deal with that traffic shit.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I've been trying to move out of here for the last 20 years.
And the suburbs turned into the city since we moved out here as kids. Now the suburbs is the city. This
for
is
a long
BS.
time, Atlanta was a big city with not big city traffic.
Right.
And so
right.
we loved it. I mean, I was there and born there and raised there. So
Remember when there was space? Remember that?
And it was.
It was cool, right?
It was great.
Sucks now.
And then finally, someone let the cat out of the bag. I mean, you listen.
Yeah.
Like here, you just don't know. Don't know which way traffic's going to be going.
Right.
Coin.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that's kind of how Atlanta is too now. But when I was coming up, I was, of course, I think 20 years old, and I wanted to move. You think automatically, I want to move.
Shit, I found out pretty quick that I didn't want to move. No fucking way. Because Atlanta's pretty hard to beat, bro. It really is.
Oh.
With the traffic and everything else and clean and not so, it really is pretty hard to beat.
You mean it's not just a warm version of New York?
It really isn't, dude.
Really?
No, man, it's... What I just went through right there, I need to go see a psychiatrist for about a week. For a week schedule.
Yeah. Did you take him in the HOV lane at least? Or,
well, fuck no. Are you kidding me? That tight ass? Are you shit?
Tight ass! Oh my God!
Well, isn't this a surprise? Another person that hates Eric Sims.
What? Oh my God! What is going on here?
What a mess he is.
What'd you take him in the LSD lane?
Oh, well, she was brutal.
He had to poop himself. I had to get off the
Yeah.
Himself?
Yes.
Hey, listen,
dude, I gotta do it.
There's no shame.
I gotta shit.
There's no
Wait a
shame.
minute. Is it safe to say Buff was full of the stuff?
I was.
I can't.
Buff let the stuff out and Applebee's.
Listen,
Hey, that's a quality thing. Though.
I've been in cases.
Could've
Sometimes
been
I've been in cases where you had to go into the woods, man. It's happened
It's
to
what
many
it
of
is.
us. It's a New York thing.
Dude,
It's gotta
I
happen.
did the bravest thing. I did it in Village Connection. What are you talking about?
Oh,
I mean,
Thanks, Farrell.
Thanks, Farrell. Thanks for popping the station. Good job.
was that the green fog that I saw? Never mind. Anyway,
All right, well,
what do we got?
Let's talk a little professional wrestling.
Wrestling
Man, you're a little
legend.
jacked up, bro.
Wrestling legend in
You're
house.
really
What do we
jacked up.
got?
Yes.
Let's go.
You were kind of mellow, Farrell, on the
Yeah,
last
but
show.
now Buff is here.
Now Buff's here.
Come
You're good.
on.
You got a connection.
Psyched.
Bringing
You both like to take giant shits.
What?
Yes. We got that in.
The common.
my
It's a
God.
bond.
We're Stool
It's a
Brothers?
bond, Stool
What's
Brothers.
going on here?
So,
Yeah, it's a bad. That's
so
bad.
Buff, let's open up, man. You
Yeah.
are a. First of all, you look great, man.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
sir.
Thank
sir.
you.
And I
Yeah,
mean
thank
that in a
you.
manly way, by
No,
the way.
and I took
You
it.
do?
I took it that way. I really did. It means a lot to me because, bro, what people really don't know is I have 9 surgeries the last 5 years.
Get out.
I had 5. I went in for hip replacement on my left hip.
Okay.
5 surgeries later, I'm about 9%, almost 100, but 5 of them on the left hip alone. You're on your feet in 2 hours with crutches. So I thought, how can this go? How can this be wrong? You know?
Right.
I mean, you're actually almost on my crutches, and it felt better. I was like, oh my God, it's already better.
Don't you lose trust in the doctors after the third time?
Very good point.
Thank you.
3rd time, I went to see another MD that's a good friend of mine, and I said, "Bro, what the fuck? I mean, tell me what to do here. I don't know what to do." Love the doctor, named Dr. Bradbury, great guy. He told me he's going to fix me no matter what. It was just a lot of bad luck. The first surgery didn't fuse, so they put this other one in. They call the tank. So they go in, they drill further down because I'm younger. They're able to go further down in your femur. And so with older people, they can't do that because they're scared it will break. So went a little deep, and they put this Mac Daddy one in. Well, I get a hematoma, blood clot in that thing. So the 3rd surgery was to remove the blood clot. On that surgery, I get fucking staph.
Oh yeah.
So staph, guess what they do on number 4 with staph? Everything
Comes out.
comes out.
Yeah, that's right.
Guess what happens number 5?
Goes back in.
Everything goes back in. Very fucking good. You're listening. Very
You're
good.
the bionic Buff.
I am the hey, during that I had 2 shoulder replacements.
Wow.
Finally, I got to where I could start working out again and started getting my size back a little bit, and things started to glue a little bit to where I could take my shirt off again and be, a 50-year-old Buff and still be, in somewhat shape,
Yeah.
But dude, it was a rough ride, bro. It was 5, 2, scope, and there's 9. I can't remember if that's 5, 7, 8. There's another one in there somewhere, but and we're just overlooking the broke neck. We'll put that to the side.
Right.
Let's throw that over there.
Ted Turner obviously called and offered to help with this, right?
He did. They paid for the whole
Wait a
thing.
minute.
They paid for the whole thing.
Get
dude.
out.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Did you hear
They
that?
paid for the whole thing.
Get a load of Ted Turner.
Okay.
Uncle Ted, he was.
Wow.
So, Buff, you from what I've read, you're a pretty solid baseball player growing up. Is that true?
Yeah, I really was, man. I was. I love football and baseball, but my junior year on the opening kickoff, there's a big school where I come from in Cobb County is the big school is called McEachern, and a guy named Mr. McEachern, it looks like a college campus kind of. It's that's how big this high school thing is, you know, and the stadiums on both sides and all that. Opening kickoff of my junior year there was, agents there and people would come see, and, there was a big thing, and Sprayberry was playing. I was mom with Sprayberry. We were playing with Keechern, and opening kickoff, dude. Opening kickoff of my junior season. Catch the ball. I'm the deep man. Catch the ball, and I jumped. It kind of got piled up, and when I jumped, I kind of just did a real hard stretch and didn't know what I'd done, but I knew something was bad wrong. To my left, it was my left also, and believe it or not, I tore what is called your ischial tuberosity. Look it up, motherfucker.
I don't believe that's true.
Look it up.
Ischial tuberosity.
Ischial tuberosity.
Wait a minute, wasn't that Godzilla's opponent?
That was it. He was part of that.
Okay.
And then Godzilla kicked his
I
ass
thought
and then
so.
kicked my ass.
He smoked his ass.
So what is the ischial
So what it is,
tuberosity?
believe it or not, your ischial tuberosity is you got 3 hamstrings.
Okay.
And they come up and they tie to this little bone about this big.
Oh.
And they all attach to that bone.
Not anymore.
And that bone attaches to your pelvis.
Right.
I ripped that off my pelvis. So you can imagine, so I lost a step and all that. So I went from real quick from football to just saying, look,
Ping pong.
I lost this. I still played a year, but it was baseball. Baseball was the big deal, and I was a big, huge. That was what I was the best.
What position in baseball, if I can ask?
I was always a pitcher growing up, and then when I started putting size on, I kind of lost my arm.
Okay.
Like to where I remember coming up and they had me at third base, and I came out at third base and just and threw the ball way up in the woods.
So what was mom and dad, I guess? So were they?
Mom
Stop
was
lifting weights, dude.
Well, that's what they
Draw
tried
it
to do. I don't know what it was. Nobody could get me to stop. But that's what they tried to do, and even the coach would go by Sports Life. It's called Sports Life back then, Sports Life Fitness, and he'd even go by. I remember hiding in the gym because for whatever reason it was, I was dead set on being big.
You just wanted to be big.
I wanted to be fit. Regardless, I wanted to look good.
So when did you start hitting the gas?
God, that was
in high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
My sophomore year, I took, Dianabol. It was like the big,
sure.
easy one.
That was the old school stuff, right?
Old school shit, So, but then at WCW, bro, it was tough because they were all over our ass.
Really?
Keep in mind, they called it. We
Wait a minute,
randomly pick y'all.
Yeah, that's always Scott Steiner, you.
Randomly, it was always me, Scotty, Lex.
Right.
So, even though we could do a few things, right behind you is your fucking test of life, right? And $750,000 at that stage is gambling right behind you right here.
So did you feel it necessary to keep hitting the gas, considering you had all that money on the line?
After we learned more about it, we would always, get jacked up, and you come off, and then you lose weight, and you get back jacked. It's called taking a cycle.
Yeah, cycling out. Yeah.
And this doctor came in and goes, y'all got it all mixed up. He goes, y'all got to figure out a way to take, low doses, moderate doses, and just stay on. And me and Steiner were like, yes, that's the answer I was looking for. So it made sense. It made more sense too, to just not kill ourselves and then come off. So we came to a moderate, dose, but at the same time, we finally had to go to Eric and say, Eric, you got to get these guys off our asses, But they didn't, man. It was DBS. So we randomly were picked a lot. To test, so it was.
I can almost hear Bischoff arguing with the TBS executives. Hey, listen, this is part of this business.
Well, that was the whole deal. I said, "Did you want me and Scotty to look like me and Scotty, or do y'all, what do you want?" I mean,
you don't want to look like Juventud.
Hey, right. I mean, that's got a little bit tough, So, your name is Buff. I remember Arn Anderson looking at me one day. Arn Anderson, I was writing Buff down on something. And he goes,
Hey, Fluff.
he goes, you're gonna fucking regret that one day.
Yeah.
And it just went right up. 25 years old, right over my head. When I turned 40, I went,
Oh boy.
now I know what he meant.
Right.
I gotta be fucking buff
Don't you hate when that happens?
forever.
There you go.
So if I don't show up looking a little bit buff,
Right.
it's just a waste of
Hey,
time.
Buff, where's your stuff?
Yeah, but look, you have what's your training regimen, right? Like, what's
I just say the same. It's not changed at all. I do.
Really?
Yeah, I used to. And when I was younger, and nobody really knew what we were doing, we always did 2 body parts a week, and that was, we do chest, back, shoulders, chest, back, legs, shoulders, arm. 1 day off, and you did it again. As long as you got 2 body parts in a 7-day period, then you were good to go. Then we found out that was overtraining. So it all went to 1 body part a week. And especially with our schedule, it was pretty tough, So 1 body part a week made a lot more sense, but you got to blow it out. You bust your chest on Monday. So my schedule for many years was chest Monday, back Tuesday, legs to break it up, upper body from lower body. Day 4 was shoulders. Day 5 was arms.
Okay.
And you had Saturday and Sunday to make up whatever you may have missed.
And how about the diet?
Diet was that was the difference. That's why me and Scotty look so different more than anybody else, or anybody else you want to talk about. Lex, anybody that was in shape, anybody can go in there and do this shit, but a lot of people can't do this the right way.
That's right.
And the pizza and the hamburgers, and so that's the toughest part.
So what's a typical day eating for you?
0 carbs 5 days a week, and then I do a carb load.
Out on a weekend.
Carb out. But back in the nitro days, that's what it was. It was 5 days, and I still kind of stick to that same thing because it just works for me better. But if you're gonna look the way like me and Scotty looked, there's zero bread, there's 0 rice. There's zero. You can do that shit, but you got to do it early in the day, so your body has time to burn it off.
Sure.
Yeah, and it took us a long time to learn. When I was on TV and I was 220, I looked about 210. All of a sudden, I got lean and I was 220 and looked 250.
Yeah, right.
So on TV, brother, it took us a long time. I wish somebody would have told us that a lot sooner. Because, brother, under the lights and everything else, when you get lean, it makes a big difference when you got abs and everything. I was 228 was my biggest. Everybody's always like, man, we thought you were like 260. I'm like, shit, dude, no. And people would walk up to me and they go, I thought you'd be bigger, And this is back when I was jacked. But when you're lean and you got a shirt on, it eats you up.
Yeah, also, you're a big guy, though, man.
So I would always take my shirt off.
Weren't you like, fuck you? What do you mean? I thought you'd be bigger?
Yeah, that's what I said. Finally, the third guy.
Suck a dick. Get out of here.
The third person that did it to me. What? The third person that did it to me, I go, what do you mean? Bigger. I was just vain and jacked.
Fucking dude's hitting the juice. He's all angry. What the fuck?
Roid rage.
You know what I think?
You know what they said?
You know what I think it is?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Bigger. I say, motherfuckers. That means taller.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
In the fucking South, anyway.
There's a difference.
Taller.
That's right.
Taller. I never.
I'm not a basketball player. I'm a wrestler.
I never said I was tall. I said I was buff.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
I never claimed to be fucking tall.
Yeah, your name wasn't Tall Bagwell.
Yeah, I wasn't taller. Yeah. My name was Buff. So I made it clear. But when I heard that, it helped me. But every time I got into the building, if I didn't take my shirt off and walk in with my shirt off, somebody would be like,
"What's up?
Are you sick?" Well, then
sick?
Yeah. But you take that shirt off, and they can see your abs, and then they're like, "Holy
that's
fuck, man! You look incredible!"
Yeah, right.
Well, you know what part of it might.
But then it got to be a joke. It got to be a joke then, of course, and it was like, "Are you?" Because I looked so good, it was like,
right.
Are you sick?
Right.
You getting sick again?
Right.
So that was the kind of became a joke. But at
to
first you hear that, it fucks with you.
To the audience at home, you played very big.
Yeah.
So when they see you in real life, that might have played into it. Not necessarily.
It does,
so
in
like,
TV.
He's so larger than life on the dome.
You put me in.
You had that factor.
You're true. When you put like me and Nash in the ring, the way the angle was,
Empire
I mean,
State
if he walked in this room right here, it would
hit the
just
ceiling.
blow your mind.
Yeah, I can
But
imagine.
for some reason, in the ring, it didn't look that different. It didn't look like he was.
Well, I
that
think
big
it's a
of-
credit to you too, right? You played big, right? So
Right.
A lot of today's
That's
wrestlers
absolutely.
have a lot of problem playing big.
Yes.
Like when I talk about playing big, I think about Macho Man Savage, right? That guy was probably
He played
210.
Oh, yeah.
something.
Roddy Piper.
But Piper. They played big. They
Yeah,
could
they
play
did.
with the big. You could do it.
Yes.
Plus, you were a big guy. You weren't a small
Yeah, no,
guy.
no,
You're
no.
a big dude.
You know, it's not a reverse. It's kind of a reverse anorexia thing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, yeah.
For the guys like me, for guys like me, it's kind of a reverse anorexia because I'd go, God, my arms look small today or something, and people would go, What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But that's exactly what it is. It becomes a kind of a mind fuck.
Could I possibly say maybe you love yourself a little bit?
What?
I absolutely love myself.
Hilarious.
Are you kidding
Oh my
me?
God.
Bob,
Better.
I love
How
myself.
could you be the character if you don't believe
You got
this stuff?
to. You gotta love yourself.
Every morning, I roll.
And you know what? Everybody should love themselves.
I
first.
agree.
You know, let's go that route. Truthfully.
That's right.
But I did.
14 work days a year and the rest vacation pay.
Michael, I wanted to say something. Buff is a fantastic actor also. He
Okay.
did a couple of Andy Solaris movies a while back, and
Yes.
I'm enamored with Buff.
There's-
Not in love with him yet, but Buff is a fantastic performer, but he's also an excellent actor. He stole the thunder from all those girls. They had some big boob girls in this movie, and Buff was
JJ, I don't know if you're aware, but I enjoyed Buff in the Gigolo episode. That
Oh,
he
yeah.
was
Hey,
in.
it wasn't bad.
You were very good in that.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, how'd you get how did you feel about that?
The Gigolo thing happened.
Real quick, Buff, before you say it, if you
go
don't know it, there's a
what's
show on
going on?
Showtime called Gigolos.
Okay.
It's about gigolos who have sex with women.
Oh,
Who makes a guest appearance?
come
Mr.
on.
Buff Bagwell.
Gee, what a shock. Okay,
Right.
that's
Go ahead.
excellent casting.
So
by
I
the
made
way.
the fifth season, the final episode I was on.
Okay.
Highest rated show in 5 years.
Sweet.
So I signed on to the 6 years. Showtime signs me for $240,000 to shoot 12 episodes.
hello.
I'm excited. Oh my God, this is great.
Yeah.
They canceled the show. So all I did was the one episode.
Damn.
Yeah,
Oh,
the fifth
come
season,
on
yeah.
now.
I think
I
the chick
got
you were
in the
hot,
car.
right? She wasn't too
I
bad.
was
right?
married.
You were married at the
I was
time?
married at the time. So I get back in the car. First thing, back up. The reason what happened when the Gigolos thing was I had the car wreck.
Right.
And that was 2012. And when I had the car wreck, I had changed my number, and I was going to go work for a guy that was my manager that owned a big company, and just going to kind of get out of wrestling and just just go where maybe the next move in my life, And 7 days, he dies. He falls in his house, hits his head, dies of a brain hematoma. I find him dead. So now my numbers change. 7 days later, I roll my Jeep, break my neck again on the exact same day, 14 years apart.
Wow.
The exact fucking day, and can prove it. April, it was either 22nd or 23rd, but it was Thunder, and it was the exact same day that I did that and broke my neck and knocked all my teeth out, broke my jaw. So, people didn't know if I was going to, quit. Was I going to live, die, whatever? So I called my manager and said, my phone ain't ringing because nobody's got my number. I said, it's time to pull the Mac Daddy. And the Mac Daddy happened to be, he said, dude, there's this show called Gigolos. He goes, I said, let's do it. So they were all over it, had me come in, and everything. So so that was the reason for that. And it got me back on, it did put me back on the map.
Yeah, it did. It definitely did. I remember.
I remember walking through the airport, nobody said a word about wrestling. They were like, man, I saw you with Gigolos.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's where that came from, was just my phone, I changed my number, and I had to do something to reignite Buff Bagwell's name.
Good move.
Yeah, so it worked, and so I was very happy about that. So it did work, at least.
I enjoyed that show. I was surprised they canceled it.
Me too.
I want to hit some wrestling with Mr.
Sure, why
Bagwell?
not? How about breaking in and tell us about Missy Hyatt?
I was, believe it or not, my parents ran a lumber company for 17 years. So when I was growing up, we were filthy rich. I mean, like $1 million a month lumber company.
Wow. All right.
Gross. That's gross, but still, $1 million a month.
Right.
And my mother ran it. with 200 men employees.
Wow.
So these fucking truck drivers just walk in, see a woman running things, and be like, who the fuck is? And then pretty quick it was, yes ma'am, no ma'am, you know, she's rough, you know.
Right.
And but yeah, my dad finally it went south, and of course it went south my senior year. And my brothers were already working there, and I was going to work there too. So all I went to school for was to play ball. High school, I just went to play ball. I didn't try to go continue on. I knew where I was going to go work. And he said, look, here's the deal, guys. I got enough money to get y'all all something. What you want to do? My oldest brother opened a gym. My middle brother opened up a drywall company. And what do you say to your father when you're 18 years old and what you want to do? I have no fucking idea what I want to do, you know? So I came up with massage therapy. I thought being in shape, you know, good-looking kid, southern accent, very nice, very polite, very well-mannered, you know, I thought it'd work, you know? I literally had women would walk into the room and turn right around and walk back out.
Really?
Yes,
They're just intimidated.
Yeah, it was just uncomfortable for them. So it backfired on me, and so it totally backfired. During that backfire, I'm laying at the pool one day, and my first wife was stripping. Of course, we lived in Atlanta, and she was trying to pay the bills and keep us going, you know. And I was at the pool one day, and I see this blonde. With
No,
big
you're
boobs.
married at 18 at this point? How old were you?
No, we were just dating. I was just dating. She ended up being my first wife, but
All
we were
right,
just
gotcha.
dating
I
at the
understand.
time, apartments. And this is when Missy was just getting away from Hot Stuff, Eddie Gilbert. And they were fighting over my grill one night. Well, fast forward, go back. They're way across the pool. And Missy is talking to the girl. She goes, move me wherever the fuck he lives. The girl didn't know I had a girlfriend. And so I come back from the pool, and she's moving in across the hall. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. But still, just over my head, no big deal. Well, that night she knocks on the door and tells them herself. She goes, today I saw your husband. We wasn't married yet. I didn't get married till 20. But she goes, I saw your boyfriend at the pool. And she goes, I was like, I didn't know he was dating anybody. And the girl didn't know I was dating nobody either, I guess. And so she moved in next door to me, directly across the hall. And she was like, why don't you be a wrestler? I said, those fucking guys don't make no fucking money. And she goes, our lowest paid guy makes $100,000 a year. And I said, let's run that by me one more time.
That's great.
Run that by me one more
What
time.
company do you work for?
Right. So, but when at first I could give her the same old, I don't really watch it. I watch it as a kid. The same thing we've all been
Right.
told and said and all
Right.
that. And so, long story short, she got me set up to go down to, down in Griffin's where they had no power plant yet. There wasn't no school to go to yet. It was a ring. They had a hole in it like this. And Kevin Nash was in the ring. I mean, Kevin were friends because he was the big time bouncer in Atlanta. So I was a party boy, and
So it wasn't a stranger to you?
No.
Oh, that's good, because the first thing, if you're walking in for the first time, here's the first guy, Kevin Nash. I quit!
Yeah, well,
Anyway,
I see him. I see him
come
whisper.
on.
I see him whispering and shit.
The redwood tree.
And Buddy Lee Parker. He says, he goes, you're too small. You're too small.
Oh, here we go again.
And I said, wait a minute. I said, I'm bigger than fucking Brian Pillman. He goes, well, Brian Pillman can wrestle.
Oh, here we go.
And I said, well, how the fuck you know I can't?
Look at you.
So there's $3,000 though. You had to go to school, and I said, I ain't got $3,000. I don't have that money. So a guy named Steve the Brawler Lawler actually trained me, and he rode off the Lawler gimmick because he kind of looked like Lawler, and he was pretty famous in the independent circuit, but he never made it big or anything. But great guy, trained me, which was about 3 times they made me the champ. So I learned by looking real stupid a bunch of times, and then you do that, you don't look stupid, much more. You kind of
you caught on.
you caught on pretty quick if you
Right.
look stupid, in front of a bunch of people, and on TV. So that's the Missy thing. She got me into it, so she got me hired up with Steve the Brawler Lawler. He trained me, and then it was there we go. But,
Always natural in front of people. Any theater in school. I mean, come on, that's half the battle in pro wrestling. All of a sudden, the camera's on, and you're a natural. It's like
dude, I've always been like that. It was my brothers are exact opposite. They're real quiet and shy. Then any camera came out, I was bouncing in front of it, and always in front of the camera,
So now I know you were dating that girl, but with Missy Hyatt, any personal relationship with
None.
her at all?
Never, ever.
Did you take a piece of your action?
A bunch of my friends went out with her.
Okay.
So I set her up with a bunch of dudes.
So you passed, and then you just hooked her up with somebody else?
It was just too close to home. It was literally 10 feet away.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of.
But I literally one night I heard some commotion in the hallway, like the breezeway, and I come out and they're fighting over my grill. I got a gas grill. That was a big deal at 18. They're expensive, and I almost. Well, they literally, he's got the door jammed in. The gas grill's he's got it trying to wedged in. Well, I didn't know this, but who was the big wrestler that played for the Falcons? That was WWE,
Goldberg.
WWF for a while. Some with an F.
Yeah. God. Oh my God. It was in the WrestleMania 2.
Yes.
In the battle where that Andre won. Oh my God. Fralick. Bill Fralick.
Bill Fralick.
Yeah.
Bill Fralick was inside of the apartment, and I'm in a pink G-string with a 45 automatic, and I open the door. I go, "Get the fuck off my grill!" And Eddie turns around, and I went, "Hey, Eddie, nice to meet you, man." 2 months later, we're in Global, and we got to wrestle each other.
Oh shit!
So I sit down with Eddie, and I go, "Hey, are we cool on the gun thing?
Yeah.
Is that fast?" And so he was always cool, But that was the Bill Fralick final episode of them two.
Wow.
How about your WCW debut against Mike Graham? Little thoughts on Mike?
Wow. You know what?
How about them apples?
Me and Mike didn't get along real good. It was up and down. Okay. Those guys considered me like, if I could do it, your Dundees, your Mike Grahams, and those guys still thought, well, if this fucking young kid can still do this, then we can too. And I remember locking up with him, and I grabbed him in a right headlock in Gainesville, Georgia Mountain Center. And I was like, well, what do I do from here? I've already got him in the wrong headlock. So that was actually my debut, and I'm not sure, did that air? I don't think that aired. I think it was dark.
No, it was a dark match.
Because my very first match was with Rip Rogers, and I won.
That's right.
And I didn't want to be called.
Did he chop you in the chest?
No. But they always did.
Chuck. There you go. I used to want to Chuck because he's the chopper, that dude. I've seen him chop.
But
Marcus.
But your thing with Mike, right? You guys kind of didn't get along, but he ended up becoming office. Did he give you any problem?
He did. We'd go out, and I'd try to come up with a new cool move or something, and they'd be like, well, why don't you just learn how to, fucking work? And they were big on, learn how to work the arm and things like that, And I was like, look, this is about selling fucking tickets,
Yeah, right.
This ain't about working somebody's arm or how good you can, work a leg or work an arm. And we're trying to fucking sell tickets, And that's where Luger came, had so much heat, It was because he was the first big kind of bodybuilder guy, so he was hated, of course. But yeah, Mike, he was not a big fan of mine, and those guys, none of them were, because I was just young, and they felt like they.
How'd you feel about Lex?
Oh, me and Lex were super tight, dude. Still are.
Is Lex's reputation unfair? Because he does get bashed quite a bit.
Lex was rough, man. He was rough. I mean, he was.
Okay.
But he is a completely different guy now, man. He
I've seen that.
I mean, dude, he really is. I mean, I'm talking about like physically, mentally, everything. I mean, he's Lawrence Fole.
Yeah, he's gone through a lot.
And I've never met Lawrence Fole. It was always Lex. But I remember being in the gym one day waiting for him to work out. And this is when I was just Marcus Bagwell. I wasn't buff yet, and I was just waiting for him to work out, sitting on the couch. And he goes, he said, this guy from the inside the gym goes, "Hey Lex, how's it going? And I went, and everybody just went like, because nobody talked to Lex, everybody was too scared. Lex is stretching his leg, which we're not even doing legs, but he's stretching his hamstring. And the guy says it to him, and he looks behind him. Lex does, like this. This is a guy that's paying a membership to train at Main Event Fitness at his gym. And he fucking looks behind him, and he goes, are you talking to me? And the guy, at this stage, everybody's kind of like this, because everybody knows Lex better than this kid. And he goes, yeah, he goes, my friends call me Lex. He goes, and you're not my friend.
Ooh.
I'm trying to get underneath the couch. I'm trying to hide.
Right.
Because I was the friendly, hey, everybody, and try to be nice to everybody and all that stuff. So, but Lex hated it. He just, I even told a guy got this pro card one time at his gym. His name was Pyam, was the kid's name. And I told Lex about him, and he said, he looked over at him and he goes, he's too short.
He's too short.
Yeah, this guy just got his pro card, pro bodybuilding card. Wow. And I said, hey, Lex, easy, bro. I said, I ain't but about 5'10" or 5'11", He looked at me and he went, you're acceptable. that was Lex, bro.
Holy cow.
That was Lex.
Wow.
That was me and Lex were like this. For 5 years it was, he drove, I was in the passenger seat, cooler full of beer in the back seat with Liz behind me.
Nope.
So that was when all that was going on,
Right.
So did their relationship...
that went on, and then finally he had to go to Mach, and just say, look, here's the deal, and he was straight up about it.
Macho Man was all right with it?
He was cool with it, so that went on.
But did you... So I don't know, the story goes, right, Lex is kind of hooked on some... prescription drugs.
Yeah, we all were.
And Liz kind of was just enamored by Lex. And do you feel that he kind of dragged her into that world?
No, by no means at all. Because I remember several times, even when we would take a pain pill or something and have a beer, she would, she'd take a half, or we'd give her, a little something just hang with us, whatever. But what happened was Lex was living, he had two things going on at once, and it was. He called me one day and asked me about it, and I said, bro, all I can tell you is I've been married, at that time I've been married 2 times. I've been married twice. I know a lot younger than you. And I said, but let me tell you something. I said, when it comes out, I said, it's going to stink a lot worse. I had no idea it was going to stink the way it stunk.
How bad?
Yeah. But I'm glad that I did at least give him a good solid. But then again, that's easier said than done. But I said, dude, I'm telling you, it's just time to just
the religious turnaround. Did you think to yourself, look, this is what I thought at first. I'm like, oh, give me a break.
Oh yeah. Everybody did. Everybody did that. The walk. They call that your walk. That's his walk and walk of faith. And
right.
And he really did. Everybody thought the same thing. And his name was Sting. Mm-hmm. Everybody believed Sting right away because he was just, I think, very.
Was Sting very public about it? I don't recall him being...
No, he wasn't, because his wife wasn't on board with it. Okay. He tried to get his wife involved, his kids, and she was dead against it. Mm-hmm. But he got deeper and deeper and deeper. But I was witnessing. It's called witnessing, when you witness to somebody about Jesus Christ and him dying on the cross for your sins and all that at 33 years old.
Right.
And that's called witnessing.
Right.
I witnessed, for some reason, God put me on for him to, to save himself, to get saved.
Right.
And because I gotten saved and was trying to do the right thing and everything, and what really was, and was doing the right thing. And I was talking to him on the way to Charlotte one day, and I look over, and he is just pouring sweat. Mm. And he goes, I'm very uncomfortable talking about this. Mm. And I was like, no problem. Well, then I take sermons I would hear at the church I went to, which is called Woodstock Baptist.
Okay.
And that's like the biggest, 15,000 members in Woodstock, Georgia.
That's large.
And it's the only building to this day in Woodstock that's got an escalator.
Okay.
So it's that big of a church.
You get to heaven faster.
Yes, you get a lot quicker.
Yeah, there you go.
And you got to run.
Yeah.
You just take the ride up.
Science.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So you're heading to the big event, right? Tomorrow,
Yes.
Queens, one of the biggest wrestling
Yes.
events in New York. People know, and just so you know, you have some sort of deal with Too Cold Scorpio. That's ESS. You're working for ESS.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't know. I really don't.
What'd you do?
That's just it. I don't know. He says that the things I saw was he said that I did something on a flight where I kind of belittled him a little bit. But man, me and Scorp were always super
Because you tagged with him,
tight,
right? Yeah.
man. We were, he was a great guy. We always got along, but.
Well, you
man,
thought you were in the
ripped
lavatory, but instead
he ripped me a new ass.
Really?
On several podcasts,
Wow.
And I just never really understood. I still never asked him.
So you guys still haven't talked about it?
No, I was at. I had a shoulder replacement,
Mm-hmm.
and he came in for we were eating at a signing somewhere, and of course I can't do anything. And so as soon as I see him walking in, I got no idea what's coming. I got a guy that just cut me a new ass,
Right.
and it's known out there pretty much that I will knock your fucking teeth down your
Yeah,
throats.
that's pretty much
I mean
common
that's
knowledge.
what happened.
Yeah.
That's what got me over with the boys. Believe it or not.
Okay.
If you're a prima donna, pretty boy in this business, you're fucked. If you're a prima donna, pretty boy, and you may knock somebody fucking out, you're accepted.
There you go.
So that they saw me knock a guy out in Jacksonville, Florida, and the Nasty Boys counted him out to 10.
Oh, that's
from that point on. From that point on.
You're out.
Yeah, from that point on.
That's great.
And I'd been in, they didn't know that the guy in the locker room sitting like this had been in jail more than everybody in the locker room. Had been in trouble more than everybody in the locker room put together.
Right.
Been in jail more than probably everybody in the locker room, but I had to act the Marcus Alexander Bagwell role.
Right.
So I'm sitting there with Ricky Steamboats and your Dusty Rhodes, and which Dusty's who hired me. And so it was just it was a big deal. But the Scorpio thing, I really don't know.
Yeah,
I never.
what's up with that?
So as soon as I saw him come in, I just grabbed all I could see was a butter knife.
A butter
So
knife?
I grabbed a butter knife and just put it just to defend myself
Okay.
if he was going to jump me or
You're gonna
something.
put jelly on him or something.
He sits down, but I was going to put butter on him.
Butter knife.
He sits down right beside me, almost like knee to knee.
Aye.
And I'm thinking, oh, here, I don't know what's coming, And he says, how's the shoulder coming, man?
Oh.
And I still didn't know where that was going, I was like, I said, we're old now, man. We're getting older now, So that conversation is the only time we spoke, and it was nice, pleasurable. And then I saw another podcast read. He lit me up, So, but I've got no heat with Scorp. I really don't. I just
You
defend
guys
myself.
you're at the ESS table
Yeah.
together, so it should be pretty interesting
Wait
for
a
the fans.
minute.
that are
We're
gonna-
going to be there.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
going
my
to be
God.
exciting.
Yeah.
All right, so look, we're going to hit the band, and Buff, you're going to sit between me and the Pharaoh
Okay.
here. We're going to play something called Hit It or Quit It. Usually put it up on the screen there, but we'll look at my computer screen. Our super producer here will be showing the fans
Okay.
what you're looking at.
Okay.
And we're going to look at it. So you're going to go to the band, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay. Go to the band. Good. Yeah, it's in the middle. Middle? Okay. And that cedar is okay. Yeah, I'm try like yeah. Cool. I'm gonna take this chair out.
slack in his pace. It's great. That sense with him is like a London day. He's American made. He's American made. He's American made. Yeah.
Nice, baby. Woo!
Yes.
So's Buff Bagwell, baby.
Yeah, baby.
That is
That
none
sounded like Jimmy. Very
That
good.
is J.J. McGuire and Wisteria Hall's own Bart Griggs live in studio.
We just dropped this new single, by the way. If you check it out on Reverb Nation, it's called Riding High.
That's us.
It's endorsed by our
Cool.
good friend
Rock and
here.
roll.
I think he liked it.
Riding high.
Riding
down.
High. Wisteria Hall and Aqua Cherry are our two sponsored groups that sponsor Monty and the Pharaoh.
Yes, sir.
Look at you playing it. Hello. All right. So we're going to hit it or quit it. Buff?
Love it.
The idea behind this is we're going to show you some pictures,
Yeah.
elaborate, have fun with it, and we want to know if you'd hit it or quit it. No one wants to hit it better than
like
the
it.
great Buff Bagwell.
Absolutely. It's perfect.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
I hit it. Oh,
That's
me.
you! Boy, this doing himself. Loves
Yeah,
himself.
my God. I told you, you gotta love yourself. You gotta love
It's
yourself.
consistent.
You gotta love yourself. I'd hit it.
Hey, look. If I went that way, I'd hit it too.
Me three.
All right, you ready?
Right, baby. See there?
Here we go. It's time to hit it or quit it.
What do we got? What do we got?
Here we go.
Oh, my God.
My personal friend, Miss Alexa Bliss.
And close friend of
Yes.
Mike
A
Mine.
close friend of mine,
That's a
WWE
That is
diva.
a definite hit it. I mean,
go
my
around
God.
this twice
Do you
on
watch
that one, right?
today's?
Absolutely.
Do you watch
Okay.
today's wrestling at all?
I really do. I try to keep up with it, but a lot of it, it's like it takes so damn long to get. WCW, we wrestled,
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, man, it was
feel like you're watching gymnastics
45
now?
minutes.
A little gymnastics nowadays?
Yeah, that, and it takes 45 minutes before there's a match.
Right.
Shit, man. When we came out of Monday Night Nitro, within 5 minutes there was a match in the ring and a pretty fucking good one.
Right.
I mean, we had. I mean, it was
You had storylines. You had good wrestling.
good
right?
wrestling. So I mean, and and you got the 1, 2, 3s. No,
No pitter patter.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly.
But the one thing WCW didn't have was Alexa Bliss. That's for sure.
No, well, see, keep in mind we had no girls.
Yeah.
Missy was the announcer, and Dustin's wife.
Yep. Terry.
Terry.
Yep.
Terry was in the York Foundation was the gimmick she was in with Terry Taylor. And to be totally honest with you, that's the only two girls I can remember
Macho brought in George later.
until that,
Right.
until
And
the
then
George, and then,
Alunda Blaze, who was Medusa in WCW.
yeah, and then we had
right?
Medusa, and we had Scary Sherry, and
Yeah. Wait a minute, but you had Keebler came in, right?
yeah,
And Tori
Keebler came in.
Wilson.
So, but at first, dude, there was
Nothing.
no
Right.
girls, no TNA,
No
at all.
Fabulous Moolah, no nothing.
no, nothing.
All right,
But
next
that's
up.
hit it.
Next one. Mandy Rose. Good God.
Do I even got an
Good
answer to that?
God Almighty.
Buff, insert stuff.
Let me ask you this. If you were doing gigolos and they said, hey, look, you have to do the episodes for free, but you get to be with Mandy Rose, would you have done it for free?
No. Come on, Buff.
No, man,
There
can't
you
get for
go,
free.
my man.
Come on,
But-
look at that, man.
That's pretty hot.
That holy cow. Even you,
Gordon,
Mr. Bagwell,
To this
with
day,
who you are.
Yeah, today I would.
Okay.
But when I was making what I was making back in WCW days, maybe not.
All right, so listen, Buff Bagwell in his 30s, you meet Mandy Rose. Are you intimidated?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, not intimidated, but I mean, that's
Wait, in your 30s during the Nitro days?
Yeah, I was.
How could you be intimidated?
Dude, that's Mandy Rose,
Yeah,
man.
man.
You can't get much better than that,
right? During the late 90s?
Miller, would you be intimidated?
Of course.
I'd just be like, look, don't even look at me. I'm done.
with me.
Infatuated.
All right, next
More like
up.
Infatuated, right?
Infatuated. More like masterpiece.
That's a
Nia Jax. What do you thinking, pal?
That's a quit it.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
But she's not like most girls.
No.
Yeah, but quit it.
She's a lot bigger than most.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. She'd be really pretty if she.
Pretty if she lost 50 pounds.
Yeah, right.
He had to.
She's got a good looking face.
Got a nice face.
Nice
He's
She's got a real good personality.
Buff in the day, did you ever throw a fat girl something?
What?
No, but
Not again.
I wouldn't kick him out of the bed. I don't think it was because if you grabbed on to the good-looking girl at the beginning of the night,
Right.
you had to hang with her
Oh,
all
yeah.
night.
Yeah.
So
Oh, there's
I like
always
to party, and then whoever hung and was kind of at the end hanging on.
Wait a minute.
That's who you
Did
kind
you
of pick
get that?
from.
Would you take care of my friend too, Buff?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
exactly.
That's rough.
Oh my God! All right, next up. All right, Brock Lesnar's wife.
Oh my gosh, I was with Mark Marrow
Okay, gotta hear
the
this. story.
day he met her.
Okay.
Was at a Quincy's in Jacksonville, Florida, and he sent a note over to her. Name was Rena. I'm sure y'all know that.
Absolutely.
But she was an absolute nobody, never in the business. Her husband had died, and she was in Quincy's. And Mark Marrow made a little note, and he said, "You know, will you go out with me? Yes, no, maybe." And she sent maybe back, and that's how their relationship started. And it went all the way through the WWF and all that, and then it just kind of
Do you still speak with Mark?
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
did he ever tell you the
He did-
story that when he found out she was having an affair with Lesnar?
No, it got a little nasty with some things getting put in bags, like a pile of shit.
Oh, nice.
There was some rumors like that, but that was, like I said, that was when wrestling. You got to realize WWF back then was PG. We were G-rated, dude. So whoever got to Eric first could say like hell, damn, and maybe son of a bitch.
Right.
But if you didn't get to him first, then you couldn't. But it's hard to say, I'm gonna kick Goldberg's butt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna whip that butt.
I'm gonna
It's
get
just
you.
hard, I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna give him such a pinch.
Yeah.
There you go, Stooges.
That's like
So it was tough to be a G-rated program, but to be G-rated and still beat them for 80-something consecutive weeks, that was pretty.
Yeah.
pretty big.
monumental. But by the way, I just got to tell you, me and the Pharaoh were rooting against you guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look, we're Northeasterners, right? We,
were
we
raised
grew
in
up
North.
on this WWE
Yes,
stuff.
I know, dude.
Look, we love the show. We
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
love the show, but there was a
Oh,
point
awesome.
when you guys were beating them so bad, we were getting angry about it.
Oh, dude, it actually started worrying us when he did the fake Nash and fake Hall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When
That
he
was
did
pretty
that,
bad.
we literally went,
That was pretty bad.
oh fuck, we're going to put the WWF out of business.
Wow.
Right.
And we knew as the boys, we're high-fiving Eric, but really we're going, this ain't good.
Is it true that Bischoff was just totally focused on running them out of business?
Oh my God! It was just nothing but the straight. I mean, we were high five every time the ratings came in. But keep in mind, we were high fiving and really going, this ain't good. I mean,
Yeah, you're looking at the whole
anytime
picture.
Vince,
You're looking at the whole
anytime
picture,
Vince
right.
does a fake Nash and a fake Diesel and a fake
something's
Razor,
wrong. Yeah, something's wrong.
well, we knew something was bad and that wasn't good. And then the next thing you know, Vince owned us.
Well, speaking of that, on Table for Three on the
What the fuck?
WWE Network, they have Shane on there, and he explains that day. Can you tell everybody what that day was like when Shane actually showed up?
Oh, I'll tell you exactly. I was there. We showed up late, of course, like always. But it was about $10 million worth of talent walking up. Goldberg, Nash, Hall, all of us walking up, and all of a sudden, we all at the same time see WWF trucks. And there's nothing that's going to be good about that. That's not good. So we all kind of split off to our people to go find out from our clique
What's up?
what's going on. Well, we didn't have no more than about 5 minutes of that before they go, hey, Shane McMahon's got a meeting in this room here. So there's 100 some odd wrestlers in a room with referees, everybody, in this little small little room. And he goes, I just want everybody to know that we own the company. He goes, we're going to keep some wrestlers, we're going to fire some wrestlers, we're going to keep some referees, we're going to fire some referees. He said, I just want everybody to know that, that's the situation. We own the company. It was more than 5 minutes long, and about half the people went like, Now, I remember looking over at Lex, and of course Lex is just...
He's like, I'm fucked.
And keep in mind, we were the World Tag Team Champions at the time, and we didn't make the first show. So I'm leaving to leave. Well, Lex comes running out going, wait a minute, they got us in an interview. And I don't know if they showed that or not, but they did. Vince, if you remember, Vince named 5 guys.
You got a huge ovation from the crowd. I remember that
Cleveland.
to this day.
That was a WWF
What happened?
crowd. I don't know.
I don't get it.
And let me tell you something.
I don't get
All the top guys,
Huge ovation.
all the top guys said, if Vince McMahon said your fucking name on TV, he goes,
Yeah.
you're him.
Yeah.
That was Luger's, people that had worked for him, and Steiner's, and
You and Steiner together too. I never.
All right, I don't want to break this love connection here, but we're going to run through this thing here. All right, Sonny, real quick.
At one time, I hit it.
Realistic answer.
Did you hit it?
No, at one time I would have.
All right, me too.
But she's
I hit it right now anyway.
Yeah.
Dan Romano, Pizza Boy. Now we'll get by that, right?
Oh my holy hurl, Batman! What the?
Who is that?
That's Fox.
Alicia Fox.
Alicia Fox.
From WWE.
I don't.
Would you hit it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Who's that? Okay.
Next up, I don't know who that is. Let's move.
Yeah.
past.
What the hell?
All right, Charlotte Flair.
She don't do a whole lot for me. She's a big chick. She looks good. But I'm into like smaller, chicks, because I'm not like a.
You don't need a.
I'm not
woman
Tower
that
of Power here.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I don't want her in high heels.
Slight Big Bird resemblance.
Yeah, a little big birdish.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
I've always thought
She's
that.
hot.
You're
She's
crazy,
hot, but
both
it's
of you.
just
Kamala, the
definitely-
Ugandan giant.
Stop it. Why is he?
I'm not saying you go that way, but you never know.
You never know, right?
Right.
But that'd be a quit it. Yeah.
Not even for a
Even if he
million.
shook his
All
belly
right.
at you.
Next up,
Even the belly thing, maybe. Yeah.
Karma.
Stop
Right,
it.
Karma, right?
This is like
Yeah. That's not even feasible.
She's on Glow right
That's
now on
not even
Netflix.
feasible.
That's not.
She's on
It's not even
Netflix. She's
feasible.
got some cash. All
That's
right.
a balance check.
All right. Come on now.
Come on now.
Oh, that's a hit it for sure. Yeah, she's tough. She's tough.
Better than Mandy Rose?
No.
All right.
Yeah, that was a great shot of Mandy
Really?
from the backside.
No, Mandy Rose has
I
still
don't
got
know.
it. Miller,
I
you think
think
Mandy
she's
Rose
close.
still? You good with Mandy Rose over?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, she's tough.
Wow.
Here we go.
Oh, stop.
Ah,
It's another
quit it.
bird.
Yeah,
The bird,
that
right?
nose.
Can you see the seed? The
First
bird
thing I
seed?
do is got to do a nose job first before I'd ever hit that.
All right. Tori Wilson, but you know.
Oh yeah, Tori. She would believe it or not. Billy Kidman was him and her dated the most probably, and we just were blown away by that. But I went out with Billy a few times, and he can pull it.
Yeah.
So he's a
Good looking guy.
Yeah, but I mean, I never saw that in Billy Kidman.
It's the hair.
And we'd be out somewhere,
the hair.
and there'd be more girls over talking to him. I was like,
Yeah, it's the hair.
I'm fucking Buff Bagwell here.
what's
Are you
going on
kidding
here?
me?
Fuck you, Kidman.
Billy Kidman? No, but he did a good job with that for sure.
Too Cold Scorpion.
Too cold.
Gonna hit it?
No, I can hit that.
Literally?
Yeah.
Too cold.
You know what, Eric? I love putting you in a situation,
I
bro.
love Too Cold, man. I think Too Cold's great. I really do.
I think you're gonna hit it tomorrow. Literally. Sasha Banks, the best ass in wrestling.
His ass in wrestling.
Yeah.
She's
tough.
She is tough.
She is really tough.
Stephanie McMahon.
Uh-oh.
She looks. That's not a great picture of her,
Not particularly.
but she's. I think I would hit it.
I would.
Yeah.
Finally,
Stop
Shawn
it!
Michaels.
Why
God.
is he hitting Shawn
With the
Michaels?
beard?
Without.
With the beard.
Wow.
Oh, it's so rough on my stuff.
It does, right? It's right. It's tough. It's rough on my stuff.
Eric, where are you going to be at, brother? What's going on?
Michael Diaz, it's your cult hero. It's ESS. And tomorrow's a big day. It's the big event that's over at the LaGuardia Plaza Hotel in Queens, New York, over by LaGuardia. And we got Buff Bagwell, the Patriot. That's right, Stars and Stripes reunite. We got Too Cold Scorpio, the famous tag team from the 90s. They're back together.
Think there'll be a brawl, maybe?
I hope not. Not on my watch.
No.
Not on my watch.
No, I think it's
it.
Anyway,
okay,
Disco Inferno is going to be there as well. He's part of the team, as well as Doom, Ron Simmons, and Butch Reed, and everybody except the Patriots going to be with us down in Bayville tomorrow night for SWF Live.
And then Buff, are you wrestling?
Yeah,
wrestling?
yeah,
That's awesome.
Wrestle Disco Inferno
You're
tomorrow
wrestling
night.
disco.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, we're in Allentown, Pennsylvania, Pro Wrestling World at the Fairview Fire Company, and my whole crew is going to be there along with some of the other people from the big event convention, and it's going to be good. It's going to be a good day. And anything with ESS, it's ESSpromotions.com, and you can stay up to date with all the upcoming stuff with ESS.
Yes.
All right, before we cut out, Buff, last question. Would you hit or quit Eric Sims?
Oh my God!
Come on, Buff Daddy! Come on, Buff Daddy!
Change the camera angle.
All right, man. We're coming back in with Hillbilly Jim. Buff, I want to thank you. What a great interview.
Guys,
You
man,
are
I really enjoyed
fantastic.
it, man.
What a great
Thank
interview.
you guys so much.
I really
Thank you guys
appreciate it.
so
I want
much.
to thank Wisteria Hall, JJ McGuire, always Eric Sims. We will see you tomorrow at LaGuardia, Monty DeFaro.
And also, hey, real quick, I also want to say, you can stay in touch with me, my calendar, my schedule, everything is MarcusBuffBagwell.com.
You got it,
So
my
check
friend.
it out, man. MarcusBuffBagwell.com, and check it out, and then it shows where I'm at.
And you are watching Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, only seen here out of Huntington, New York, Village Connection Radio, every Thursday, 8:05 to 9 p.m. Stay tuned. In about 10 minutes, we have Hall of Famer Hillbilly Jim.
That's huge.